What do you do when the president has a terrible news conference, like so embarrassingly bad? You call MSNBC and have the Five Stooges do a massive cover up for you. We're going to get to all your favorites, Rachel Maddow, Lawrence O'Donnell, saying, did you see what you really saw? Because we'll tell you what we want you to think. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug. I'm the creator of Earthworm Jim, and I love making news as entertainment because as the world swirls down the drain, we need to find the happy moments to give us some hope. So I'm here to make the positive case for a conservative future. We're gonna march side by side all the way to Trump taking the White House again this fall. Let's watch MSNBC Meltdown.
In that case.
Well, yeah, especially this line that the president quoted where the report refers to him as a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. What is the word elderly doing there?
What is the word well-meaning doing there? He goes after the word elderly as if that's in question. Is Biden elderly? He's an elderly man, but it says well-meaning elderly man. Well-meaning? I don't think so. That's where he added his spin. And Lawrence O'Donnell, whose head is just like a giant lemon with makeup on it, is so busy trying to cover up for the president that he can't even ask a decent, normal, journalistic question. No one on this panel has any curiosity about Biden's competency at all. They're here purely to give a counter narrative, basically the Democrat Party's cover-up line. These are not journalists.
What is the test of that? Might that be Donald Trump saying, I don't recall 400 times under oath in the same deposition? Is that a good test of it?
No, it's not a good test of it. People say, I don't recall all the time when they're on trial. It's normal. So Trump saying that is normal. If Biden is being investigated and he says, I don't know 450 times, that's normal. Just like when Comey did it, just like when Oliver North did it, or Reagan said, I don't recall when they're under investigation. So no, you can't compare Biden's public glitch where he stands there and stares into space and can't think of anything to say. You can't compare that with someone under oath saying, I don't recall.
What is it that makes you stress the lack of memory in this particular case?
Why wouldn't someone be stressed that the president has no recollection of the date that his son died, or even the year? You know, he's starting to get so decomposed and disconnected from reality that it's getting to where like you have to do basic things of like grab him by the arm and point him over there to show him where a door is and what stairs to use. And we have to keep him from going down these stairs because he'll fall off the stage and just die.
Fairly standard lawyering to advise people, even when in doubt or you think you might remember. If you can credibly say, I don't recall about something, that's a standard legal advice. And it has nothing to do with the age of the person.
Oh, will you shut up? The old, I don't recall is just standard legal advice. That's what they're going with on this program until Rachel Maddow says, actually, if you're lying, that's perjury.
When you're under oath, you can't lie. If you do recall, you have to say that you can, but if you can't.
Then he goes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I told people to lie and I shouldn't tell them to lie. Exactly.
The president came out and spoke tonight because on the one hand, he has very good news. This exhaustive investigation led by a Trump-era holdover prosecutor cleared him of the wrongdoing on classified documents.
No charges.
Cleared him. No charges. End of story. Case closed. Good news.
The debate is over. No, it's never over. The case is never closed. And he did not clear him of any wrongdoing. The Department of Justice, Merrick Garland, announced they were not going to pursue anything with Biden, who obviously illegally had documents that should have been at the National Archives. Everyone agrees with that. They're just not going to press charges because he's Biden.
But he has a political piece of bad news woven in there, which is what seems like cheap shot, derogatory attacks on him, which I wouldn't call normal course of investigatory material.
Rachel Maddow's back there nodding. No, it's weird because saying that he is elderly and has no memory, that's not the political cheap shot. That was the truth. The politics cheap shot was when they said, we're not going to charge him for taking National Archives documents that he did not have the declassified statement on, the declassified authority to have them, stacked sloppily in his dirty garage.
And the president just showing absolute rage at that point tonight.
She's saying like it's justified. And he's just this decrepit man kind of snapping into that. This happens a lot with Alzheimer's and stuff. Some people get very quiet and meek, and some people go very ragey. They get very short. Listen, bud, like they get real snappy. It's kind of going back to like preteen mentality or something, where all the facade of manners gets taken off, and you start to see what's really behind the scenes of what's making Biden tick. And it's not pretty. And Rachel Maddow just now basically said it is okay for him to show absolute rage. Rachel, what is your job? Is that your job at MSNBC, to cover for Biden, to come up with these excuses? You start to wonder, where's even the journalism? This is a Democrat Party channel, full time, no curiosity, no, hey guys, that rage, that might be a bad look for the president. That might make people wonder about him. Not even a question. Just, you're crazy if you're not okay with President Biden snapping into rage like a yapping poodle, you know, when you get too close to it.
There was one adverb in particular that has that struck me, which is painfully, which the author of this report, presumably Mr. Herr himself, uses. The president was, his memory was painfully bad, or
it was some of the tapes they heard were painfully slow. The discussion was
painfully slow. That's right, painfully slow. And I just thought, well, who's in pain? Like, what that adverb is it's doing so much work editorially.
All of these MSNBC hosts are painfully slow.
You're in pain because it takes too long. Like, it's just very clear, just contained in that adverb is this kind of like siren call that's leaping off the page about him understanding exactly how this is going to resonate.
It is painfully slow when you watch Biden answer. That's what he means. It is totally a legit use of an adverb. It is his personal spin, but it's also true. It is painful to watch Biden sit there and glitch and disconnect while the wires are trying to find an answer. And sometimes he doesn't even answer. He just moves on to the next subject. Let me know what you guys think. What is the Democrat Party going to do with Biden? They can't run him. I'm Doug in Exile.